Okay, so I know that I forgot to record all of the lessons today, so I thought I would go ahead and kind of make sure we're getting our homework set up correctly and still send out a video going over just a few of these, making sure that you're setting them up and showing your work the way we need to. So this homework is from page 176, 6 through 17. I'm going to start off with number 6. All right, so for these problems, we're writing two ratios. We're going to change each of those ratios into a unit rate, and then we're going to be able to compare them. So starting with my first one, I have $12 for 3 paperback books. So we're going to leave that in the order it is. So I'm just going to do 12 on top, 3 on the bottom. In order to work that out, we do need to divide both of these by 3. So that's going to give me 4 on top and 1 on the bottom. So that's close to a unit rate, but remember, a rate will include the measurement. So I'm going to also write in what these two numbers are talking about. So remember, my first number was talking about the money, so that's $4, and my bottom number was talking about the paperback books. I'm going to do paperback books. All right, and then I'm going to set up my next ratio. So I have 28 and 7. I'm going to leave it exactly like that, 28 and 7. And here, since 7 is the bottom number, we're dividing by 7. All right, using my calculator, I can, or just my head, so I can do 4 over 1 there. All right, again, this is a unit rate, except for it's missing the measurement. We've got to write a measurement anytime it's a rate. So there's my $4, and the 1 is still talking about paper, back, books, or book, really, not plural. All right. So now from here, this is what I'm comparing, that unit rate that I just found, and I can see that, yes, they are equal. All right, and that's all I need to write for that, because all we're doing is saying yes or no because they are equivalent or they aren't, and our reasoning is simple. They're the same, they're equal, or they're not, because the word equivalent does mean equal. All right, so now I'm going to do number 7. So for number 7, I have 16 points on top and 4 on the bottom. We're just leaving it in the order it shows up in. All right, and then I'm going to divide. My bottom number is 4, so I'm dividing by 4. So when I divide, I get 4 on the top and 1 on the bottom. Again, we've got to make sure we put in what it's talking about. So my top number is points, and my bottom number is games. So 4 points, 1 game. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set up my next one. It says 48 and 8. So I have 48 over 8, dividing this top and bottom. So 48 divided by 8 will give me 6 over 1. And again, I need to put in what we're talking about, so points, and then 1 is my game. So I can see here now clearly this one says 4 points per game, this one says 6 points per game. So if I look at those two rates, I can see no, they are not equal. And that's what we're trying to write as our answer, having the work to back it up. Right? So now let's look at number 8. So number 8 starts off with, it says 96 words in 3 minutes. So I'm going to put 96 over 3, dividing these both by 3. So when I type 96 divided by 3 into my calculator, I get 32 over 1. All right, again, we still need to know what they're mentioning. So it says words, so I'm going to write words. And then that's words typed, typed. And then it says in 3 minutes, so that's the other thing we're measuring is minutes. Okay. All right, let's set up our next one. We have 160 and 5, so 160 and 5. So when I set that up, I'm going to divide both of these by 5. So I end up with 32 over 1. Again, making sure I include what we're talking about. So we had words typed. And we have minutes. All right, so again, if I look at those two rates we just found, they are the same. So I can say yes, they're equal. A lot of work for a really simple sentence. All right, so let's look at number 9. We'll set up number 9. And then I feel like that should get you a pretty good start going on your homework. All right, so when I set up number 9, I have my $3. So I'm going to put 3 on top and 6 on the bottom. So 3 and 6, we can see that there. And here, remember, no matter what, you have to divide by what's on the bottom. So 3 divided by 6, you can use your calculator, or perhaps you already know this one. 3 divided by 6 is going to give you 0.5 over 6 divided by 6 is 1. Now remember, we do have to say what they're talking about. So my first number on top is money. I'm going to put money here. And today we talked about how money needs 2 decimal places. So I'm going to put 5, and I'm going to add a 0 to that. So now it's clear that that is 50 cents. And then my number on the bottom was talking about that bagels. So I'm going to put bagels. All right. Let's set up the next one. I have 9 over 24. And again, it looks weird, but we're dividing by 24 here. All right, so in my calculator, when I type that in, I'm going to kind of show you real quick. There it is. When I type that in, you can see 9 divided by 24 gave me this 0.375. Now remember, this is where we do have to remember to round. Since this is money on the top, I can put my 0.3. Now the 5 next to the 7 is actually going to make that jump up to an 8. Now if it's money, I cannot include all 3 of the numbers. We do have to round here. All right, and then on the bottom, I get 1 bagel. So now I know how much each bagel costs, and obviously they are not equivalent. So that first bagel is more expensive. Hope you're getting some more with your money. So I'm going to say no. They are not equal. All right. Please remember, guys, make sure you're labeling your work here and writing your little phrase out. All right. As we continue to go down, I've had a couple of questions asked today. One of them is number 15. You're going to get a decimal, and that's okay. I think number 11, I think it repeats. So just draw your bar where it repeats, and computer still goes on top, student still goes on the bottom. We're not going to change the order. Number 13, someone asked me about this last period. 16 goes on top, 28 goes on the bottom. You're going to get a decimal. On here, you might need to round. All right, guys, make sure you round. If the numbers are different, you don't want to round too soon because you might not see that they're different if you round too much. So give me at least 2 or 3 numbers here. I would say 2 numbers is a good bet, all right? So make sure you're rounding, giving me 2 numbers. Photography, here I've had some people ask me how to label it. It's asking you to compare your length and your width. So my 60 inches and 100 inches, pick which one is your length and which one you want to be your width. I would probably leave them matched up like that. So 60 is my length, 100 is my width. So then over here, 3 would have to be my length because it's the small one like 60, and 5 would have to be my width because it's the larger one like 100. So make sure those match up correctly. And then you're going to do the same thing. Is it equal? Is it not equal? I want us to move down all the way down here to number 17. Number 17, when you look at it, it's asking for the unit price of the cans of lemonade. But you have to be careful because it says 24 packs and it says 2 for $9. So if I'm getting 2 24 packs, that actually means on this first sign, I'm getting 48 cans for $9. So that first one is giving me 48 cans for $9. Let's look at this one. It says 4 for $10. So that means I'm getting 4 12 packs. So I'm doing 4 times 12, which again gives me 48 cans for, and this time I am that $10 that's on the sale ad. All right, and I'm going to look at this last one real quick with you. Remember, it's 3 packs, so it's 3 for 9. 3, we're getting 12 packs here, so I'm doing 3 times 12, which that's going to give me 36 cans. And then we have that for $9. All right, sorry, I forgot my 4 there. All right, so you got to find the unit price for each of these, and that should set you up to be able to do that. All right. Now remember, the unit price means my money should be on top so I can figure out how much one can costs. Money on top, cans on the bottom. All right, we talked about today how money in like the real world, that money that's going to be on top because I want to know how much one can cost, not how much can I buy for $1 in the case of going to the grocery store. All right. Hopefully this helps going over that 17. Setting that up for you. If you have any questions, you're welcome to message me. Send me a picture of your work if you need me to look at something. Y'all have a good night.